Welcome to the Producer Show on WLTK-DB Talk Radio. This show is designed to bring you up to speed on the latest shows, showtimes, station updates, and most of all, see how all of you are doing out there. Sit back and relax as Todd fills you in on the latest and takes your live questions about the station, his book, his life, or just to say hello. Now, let's get started. And a good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Producer Show. I'm your host, Todd Bates. My goodness. Whew. Let's all just take a deep breath. We have got a huge shitstorm going around with all these storms and all this good stuff. I'm going to talk about what happened Friday. And first, I want to say hello to Keith and B and John. Great to see you all. Hi, everybody. Yeah, post your comments over there. We'll get those in here tonight, too. And there's just a lot going on. Cleanup is underway. I want to thank each and every one of you for all of your prayers, all of your well wishes. Sherry and I are okay. My daughters are okay. They're still without power, but everybody's okay. We had a little storm Friday night. We were doing shows as normal, and I knew there was a system coming in, and normally I do shut down, but there was just so much lost the past couple weeks. We wanted to have some Friday content for you, so I wanted to kind of push through a little bit. We got through DD's show, no problem. It was a little windy. Kevin's last show came up, and this is the irony of all this. It was Kevin's last broadcast on the station, and the wind just kicked up out of nowhere. And I was sitting here, running a show in the background, and a part of the house, I heard this loud crash and bang against the roof. And it was this piece of metal that had been blown off. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness. So I've got a blind neighbor that, he's legally blind. He does a lot for himself, but he really can't see very good at all. So I didn't want him to be alone. Sherry was at work. So I went over there, of course, and the things we saw, we had this huge calmness come overhead. I was walking over there, was this eerie greenish tint to everything. And the storm started kicking up. I'm thinking, okay, it's a bad thunderstorm. We've had these before. We can get through this. It's the Midwest this time of year. That happens quite often. So we're standing outside. Just, I enjoy a good storm like anybody else does. And it was just going to be a bad cell. There were talk of tornadoes within this cell being produced and things. And it was a very intense moment. The last thing I thought about was having my phone out, filming anything or taking any pictures or anything. It was the last thing I was thinking about because it all happened so quickly. We were outside, pressure dropped. It was the most eerie feeling. It was the most eerie quiet that I've ever experienced. It was the most peaceful calmness, though. I will give it that. It was almost peaceful, welcoming. It was really strange. And at that moment, we went inside, of course, to seek cover and went to the back door, opened the back door. And, of course, the pressure comes down. Off in the distance, about a half a mile. I'll never forget the sight with the lightning and everything. I see this giant thing swirling about a half a mile away from our location. and it is just swirling and swirling and swirling. And I was just like a deer caught in headlights. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And this thing wreaked havoc, folks. Three reported dead so far. Um, there's several injured, of course, a lot of damage throughout town. If you guys want to see someone actually capture the footage of the tornado itself, and I put the link and on our fan page, YouTube, and all that, if you guys wanted to see that. Excuse me, but it was a huge, they categorized that as a 3 or 4, I believe. But we are back up and running. It was a very scary experience. Sherry spent several hours in a storm shelter up there because she works in a town called Newton at a huge power plant, so she was safe. So I didn't worry about that because she was surrounded by complete concrete in this storm shelter. Um, but everything is all good. I want to thank everybody. I couldn't use my phone forever. People were messaging me. I couldn't use it forever because they were using the cell data for emergency use only and things like that. So we couldn't get out until Saturday. And the first text that was allowed out was returned back from Deidre. So a lot of you folks may be getting some text messages and things floating around. Just disregard them. They were just sent out there, but it's just it's a crazy situation. But power is restored. We were without power and water for a little while here in Robinson, but everything's been restored. Um, they're still working. There's a curfew. Everybody has to be in by 7, all that fun stuff. But we're here. We're safe. Everything's okay. Now, on a side note, Tuesday and Wednesday, they're expecting more storms. They're saying some of these are going to be more powerful. We'll just wait and see and play it by ear. But as for, right now, the station's going full. We're good to go. So we will be broadcasting some shows for you fine folks. So don't worry. And again, thank you, everybody, for all the well wishes. It's truly appreciated. Keep those in your prayers. There's people that have been stuck in their basements, but everything's being pulled together. People are pulling together around here. It's a very small town, very small community, but everybody's pulling together. Everybody's pulling together. So thank you, everybody, for all of your well wishes. Hi, Diet, and hi, Nathan. So all's good. But let's get to some station updates here, because this is why you guys tune into the show, to kind of get a head start on the week and what's going on. Hi, Facebook user. I don't know who you are because there are privacy settings there. Go to Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and you can get that authorized to show your name. We've got some switches coming up here. Some good things. There's some good changes coming up here, folks. We've got the Tyson's Gift podcast on April 11th. It's going to be switching to Tuesday nights. It's going to be switching to Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on April 11th. And this is just due to scheduling and so forth on both parts. So that's going to be starting April 11th. And I'll actually be his guest on that day. So that'll help me not forget. And hi, Terry. Yeah, so that on Tuesday, March or April 11th, that's going to be switching to Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time from its normal slot on Thursday nights. That slot's going to be open for later booking as well. Also coming up in August, just keep a note out, Chat with Charlie will be switching to Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Central. Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Central. That's going to be in August, just giving you guys a heads up. And I'll be doing that every week for you until it comes closer. And the new show, Soul Guidance with Rodney Blount. Now that comes May 23rd at 6 p.m. This show is going to be awesome. We've been talking about it for a while, working with some production with Rodney and everything. And you guys are going to love it. It's going to be an amazing journey that he's going to take you through step by step. I can't wait for this show to come out. It's in production. There's just a few more pieces left, and then we'll have that out for you in May. Now, the big news and it's a big chatter going around Facebook and everything. Realm of Darkness is back, but there's changes. Yeah, Realm of Darkness is now hosted by Ashley Marino and Candy Howard, and that is on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And they are back. They're going to be talking about all things true crime on the Realm of Darkness. It is a true crime show. This Thursday, they're going to be talking about the Idaho murders, so you definitely want to tune in for that. And again, that's with Ashley and Candy. So Realm of Darkness is back for you fine folks. And I wanted to take a moment to tell you that all current incoming programs and so forth are on hold right now until the station kind of settles. Right now, there's just a lot of dust in the air. A lot of things were shaken up, a lot of scheduling changes. So once things get seated, fully produced, so probably around May, beginning of May, we'll be accepting programming again once everything gets settled. Plus, Mike is back to his full-time gig, and we don't have him around to help us much with the shows. So we just kind of put everything on hold here for a little while until things get situated. And then once the schedule is seated, then I can normally go through and knock these out. And then Mike will be here, of course, to help out where he can. So just know that the new programs are on hold right now. And okay. And what we have coming up. All right. All right. And on that note, I've got to take a short break to handle the fire. Got to put out a quick fire. So you guys stay tuned. The producer show is going to be right back. We'll get into some more updates, take your questions and everything from the audience as well. Might even give away a free book tonight. Who knows what's going on? So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Looking for a holistic solution? Look no further than LimestreetWellness.com. Lime Street Wellness is a full-service Reiki therapy center offering in-person and distant Reiki sessions. Additionally, Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping clients co-create healthier outcomes with hypnosis, QHHT, and intuitive advice. Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping all that are seeking to co-create better health, peace of mind, and greater freedom. Reiki Master Kevin Mackey uses energy medicine, hypnosis, mindfulness, and intuitive guidance to assist in uncovering, understanding, and removing any blocks or energy cords or mental mindsets that may be intruding and causing needless suffering. Visit Lime Street Wellness today at LimestreetWellness.com. That's LimestreetWellness.com. $14 past the hour. Welcome back. You're listening to the Producer Show, watching the Producer Show. I'm your host, Todd Bates. We kind of went over some storm footage and things there. And those of you just joining us, if you wanted to see the actual tornado itself, I posted the links in there that somebody captured here locally. The footage there, it was a category 3, 4 large storm, very large tornado, whippity thing. Was pretty scary, like a freight train. Never want to go through that again, but be taking your questions over there in the comments. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, any kind of feedback for the station at all, what we can do to make programs easier for you to watch, what we can do to make them easier for you to find, any suggestions you guys have whatsoever, please put those in the comments, whether you're watching through YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, what have you, or you can email those to me directly at Todd Bates, Todd Bates at WLTK-DB.com, or contact at WLTK-DB.com. But it's real important to get the live feedback from you guys because, We work extensively to get these shows rolling for you and to get this content out here for you and to maintain it. We want to make sure that you guys are not only educated, but also entertained, that you guys are able to find the shows quickly. Okay. I know there was some trouble, some reported issues, several issues. I had a lot of emails of people with Facebook broadcasting. It was very spotty, it would buffer a lot. And what I have and what I always will, I'll recommend you guys watch the show via our YouTube channel. Just go over there to youtube.com/ WLTK-DB and just subscribe to us on YouTube. Um, that's made for video. It seems to be working better. Twitch as well. Twitch is also working very well. A lot of people do watch on the website. You can watch on the website. That's fed through Twitch. So if you're having any Facebook issues, I know like Courtney was, there was like 5 or 6 other emails I got where people were asking if we were broadcasting to Facebook still. And to bring that up, there may be some changes coming up here too, folks. There's a lot of big things going on with Facebook right now. A lot of changes that are going on with the whole meta scene and charging and all the fun stuff. So we may just be broadcasting to YouTube and Twitch here soon. Who knows? It's just that's up to you. Would you like for us to pay to push the signal to Facebook? Let us know there in the comments. Do you want us to pay for something like that? Because if you guys want it and we can manage to do it, my God, we will make it happen for you. It's just a matter of getting it in time. It's a matter of yeah. See, like Courtney's saying here, she was on Facebook and can't get the comment there. So it's kind of weird what's going on there with the whole thing. I know that they've got a lot of changes going on in the background because with a lot of our little Facebook things we have for the website and stuff, you have to be a part of that developers thing, and you can see their little news notes in there of their changes and what they're doing. And I got a little warning, or not a warning, it was a uh, little invitation to join this meta thing where you can pay $12 a month and you get verification. Everybody sees your posts. So it's coming, folks. Facebook's going to be charging, and be careful because they can verify anybody or anybody that pays, basically. So just be careful out there. But let us know what you think about your station, what you want, what you guys intend on doing with some of these shows that are coming in and so forth. We want to be able to put these right in your laps. We want to bring them as close as we can to you. But also in the world, folks, you can't make everybody happy, and it's tough. It's hard. Um, there's a lot of great networks out there, a lot of great stations out there, a lot of great content, and it's hard. It's tough to rise above to where people can see your content. Um, a lot of you come in late and miss part of the show because it's not introduced to your feed in a certain amount of time, perhaps, or what have you. Just know that we are trying, we are pushing to whatever we can push to make this easier for you so you guys can watch these shows easier, learn from them, use them, share them. That's what they're there for. That's what this station is all about, is to give you guys that platform. Now, also on Facebook, what you might see, I've had a lot, oh boy, have I had a lot of comments on this. Radio Mohanda tags that are on our Facebook videos. Do not worry, folks. That is a real radio station in India. It's out of Bangladesh. There are some claims of rights to music. It's just a mix-up. It's not their music. We're working on it. Then you have to work on releasing the tags. And I tell you, it's easier to call on the Messiah than to have that happen, folks. So if you see those, don't think we were attacked. Don't think that anybody's trying to spam us or anything. They're just trying to claim ownership on some, or the computer is, I should say, that flagged it. It's just trying to claim some ownership on something that's floating around out there that we happen to have. It's 20 seconds of audio causing the disruption, but don't worry. And don't worry, we'll get all that squared away. But until then, just disregard that. And if you guys wanted to check it out, check it out. Maybe there's something you might like there. Radio Mahonda. That's totally up to you. Totally up to you. But what we've got, I want to get to the upcoming guests here because we've only got about 10 more minutes. This is only about a 30-minute show, unless you guys really want it to go longer, because it's here just to give you some updates on what's going on with the station and get your feedback. And, it's your show. This is your show to your platform to speak on what you want, what you don't want with this station. Now, we have some amazing upcoming guests coming for you next week. First of all, kicking it all off, School Through Spirit. This week, she's got author Maggie Spalding coming on. Yeah, it's going to be sitting down talking with her. Monday Morning Monsters. Now, with this one, this is hosted by Barnaby Jones. That's at noon on Monday. Be sure and catch DeEtte at 9 a.m. But Barnaby is going to be having director, producer, and cinematographer Alexander Petikoff on the show. And then we have got Exploring the Paranormal. She's going to be having Georgia Paranormal Investigation Team. That's going to be coming up on Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. So there's some amazing guests coming up here next week. We have got some great topics. We've got some topics coming up on Spirits Are Talking with Lisa Silverman. She's going to teach you guys how to clear your chakras. Haunted Locations in 60 Minutes with Nick Sarlo and Diana Henry. They're going to be discussing the Ashmore Estates. That's going to be Wednesday at 7 p.m. You definitely don't want to miss that. We're going to be talking about the Ashmore Estates, and I may tell that quick story before we end tonight about my experience at Ashmore. Very interesting experience. And of course, the Tyson's Gift podcast. This is their last week on Thursdays. So remember that. Next week, they'll be going to Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Chat with Charlie. She's going to be having, she's going to be having the Living Undeterred Project founder, Jeff Johnston, on the show. That's going to be Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Living Undeterred. Of course, you've got Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. They're going to be talking about unlocking the power of crystals, and that's some pretty cool heebie-jeebie stuff. Crystals. I used to be real skeptical with those things. They have power. They're very powerful. I promise you, they are amazing. I've got my two that resonate with me that sit right there. We're right there at Grasp. And yeah, I love learning anything about crystals and how they work, about energy healing as well. I'm very big on energy healing. And those of you that know me know that Brandon Wainwright does a lot of work on me. Oh my God, that guy's amazing. You definitely got to look him up. It's life-changing stuff. But those are some of the guests and topics coming up next week for you. You can find the full event schedule right there at WLTK-DB.com, or you find it on Facebook and so forth. You can go there and just look under the events. Hi, Debbie. You can, and there's Courtney. Hi, Courtney. You can go there and look at the events. It'll list them all out there for you on Facebook. YouTube, you just go to our YouTube channel, click on live, click on where it says live, and you will be able to see the upcoming shows and be able to be notified of those shows as well. So be sure and check that out over there. Now, I'm going to get into the Ashmore story, and I want you guys to pay close attention to that, because I'm going to give away a name in that story. In this story, it's going to be a first name, And whoever remembers that first name gets a book. They'll get a book, a signed copy of The Haunted Voice. We'll do that tonight before we end. It's at the Ashmore Estates because the show coming up, Haunted Locations in 60 minutes. That's going to be again Wednesdays at 7 with Nick Sarlo, Diana Henry. They're going to be talking about the Ashmore Estates. This place is absolutely incredible. I've investigated it, I think 3 or 4 times throughout my career before I threw in the towel. And it is the most peaceful, eerie place I've been to. Now there was an incident. I was contacted by the local CBS News team here, and they wanted to do an experiment there. It was called the Ashmore Estates Skeptics versus Believers. Now they contacted me to come in and work with the teams. I worked with a team of skeptics, and I worked with a team of believers. Now, to make a long story short, we're inside Ashmore, and the skeptics are way off on the west end of the building, upstairs, um, very hard to get to, and the believers are downstairs. Well, I'm up there with the skeptics, doing an EVP session with them, and the radio goes off. Todd, get down here, hurry, 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 hurry. I go. It was the cameraman that notified me. Well, what had happened was the weatherman, who was his first name was Kevin Orpert. He was with us and apparently had saw something that startled him enough to where he fell back and he dislocated his shoulder. He was wearing a sling doing the weather for the longest time, but he had saw a nurse or something at the nurse's station there, and it just completely startled him. We had a lot of activity. We were there for 3 days, had a lot of activity at that place. We stayed at a local hotel in Charleston, I believe it was. Um, and it was a lot of fun working with, because Kevin was a skeptic when he came in. When he came into this, Kevin was completely in denial of any kind of spiritual activity. He can't say that now, and he won't say that now. He'll question it, but he won't say that now. So it's pretty cool. Hi, Diana. It's pretty cool on how people can change and how it changed me as well. I mean, I was a skeptic before all of this, and it does. This field changes people, and I love the change. I love that. Um, just the feeling of knowing that there are no absolutes. I finally become at peace with it, and I'm learning to adapt to answers that can't be, or questions that can't be answered. I'm learning to adapt to all these things. Slowly getting my feet wet to get back into the field again, folks, because I do miss it terribly. I just don't want it to snowball and me get obsessed with it again. So I'm taking it in strides, doing it in strides, because again, those of you guys that have read the book know that I get into trouble pretty easy. It seems to find me every time. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and give away a paperback copy right there. A paperback copy, The Haunted Voice, a signed paperback copy. We'll see who's paying attention. The first person to answer, what was the name of the weatherman that dislocated his shoulder? The first person to answer that correctly in the comments gets the book. It's that simple. And you just have to send me your address to Todd Bates at WLTK-DB.com. Okay, Facebook user at 829. Just got it right. Kevin. So the Facebook user. Oh, we had the Facebook user that is in our group And I'm going to track you down. Hi, Kim. Wonderful. You just want a copy of the book, Kim. You want a signed copy of the book? If you could, I can't post um, my address in there. I'm going to put it in a banner up here for you because it won't let me post in the Facebook group. If you send me your mailing address, Kim, to this email address right here, and we will get that sent off to you. My goodness, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. So congratulations, Kim. And anybody that wants to contact me as well for anything, comments, complaints, you name it, that's the email to send it to. It goes to right to my inbox, and I'm pretty quick with those. Usually about a 24-hour turnaround. Normally, I'm pretty good with my emails. Sometimes they sit in there for a couple days, they get buried, but that happens to us all. That happens to us all, right? Hi, Sherry. Now, I want to know, Sherry, because I see you a lot at the other shows. I want to make sure that we're all pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Sherry or Shari or Shari? If you could in the comments, because I know a lot of the other hosts, they see you come in and they don't know, is it Sherry? Is it Shari? Is it Cherie? So I'm going to take a moment and we're going to solve the mystery. Hey, that's one mystery we can solve anyway with an absolute answer, right? And it's just, I'm new to the paranormal world. I say it like that because when I share my experiences with others, they don't believe me. So I found a bunch of paranormal groups on Facebook where I feel like I fit in. Absolutely, Jenna. Absolutely. And unfortunately, it's still a little taboo with some people out there. And I'm glad that you found a community. This is a great community. It really is to be involved with. It's a great community to be a part of. Now, of course, you're going to have drama. You're going to have things like that. It's life, but it's how you deal with it. It's how you recover from it. It's how you walk away from it, folks. It really is. It's life is far too short. And those of you that have researched the field know how short it is because of some of the things we found and discovered. It is very short. But this community, Jenna, is one that will take you under their wing. I mean, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can email me right there. My email's right there on the screen, and I will more than happily sit down with and explain anything to you, answer any questions you might have, because this field can be amazingly tricky. There's so much going on, a lot of things going on at once. So it's guidance is key. Now, like with me, Jenna, the way I feel about the whole thing, the paranormal, it's been stereotyped. To me, the paranormal is all encompassing. It means metaphysical, crypto. It means ghosts. It means demons. It means all of the above. It's paranormal. It's not of the norm. And any kind of questions you might have, send them over. There's watch the shows. They're so educational too. If you're new to the station here and watching this show, folks, watch the shows throughout the week. I get a front row seat to a lot of amazing education. A lot of these people are speakers, they are presenters, they know what they're talking about, they are experienced. They have a lot of experience with some of these modalities and things. Pay attention to them. You just may screw up and learn something. It's really good stuff. Really good stuff. Perfect. Thank you, Sherry. She solved the mystery. Those of you that have wondered all this time, it is pronounced Sherry. Okay, perfect. You have no idea how many little mysteries were just solved here. That's pretty cool. Now, for the rest of you fine folks, like I said, shows are back up to normal. We are good to go. Tuesday will be touch and go, so just pay attention to the events. I'll put some posts and things in the group. I try to post in the group I tried Friday, but well, we lost power. So, and then I couldn't do anything with cell service, which was good for me. Yeah, I will admit, and so will my Sherry. It was very cleansing for me to not have access to the internet or be able to be near a computer. It was very relaxing, very freeing. And Sherry noticed that we sat there. We didn't have any kind of. We had a candle going. We had each other. Um, it was it was very nice. It was very romantic, and like she said, it took us right back to the '80s. You realize what you take for granted out there, folks, and we take a lot for granted, a lot. The phones, the what have you, the internet, the water, just going to the faucet and turning, little things, little things like that. So make sure and count those little things. Make them count for you, folks. Make them count because it's important. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you. She says, yes, I watch many of your shows, love them all. And it's amazing. It's great seeing you guys here tonight. And I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedules every week to watch these shows. And it's amazing seeing everyone here, all the new faces. Tell your friends, tell your folks, share it. Share these shows. It's real simple to share them. Talk about them. They're free. It's great education for you. I hope you enjoy them. And if you guys have anything that you need, anything that you guys need as a viewer, please let me know. And by God, if we can make it happen, we'll make it happen for you. Okay. So, normal scheduling resumes to Monday morning at 9 a.m. School Through Spirit tomorrow. Everything is right on track, folks. So each and every one of you, thank you again. Have an amazing night. And thanks for tuning in to the Producer Show. I've been your host, Todd Bates. And bye-bye, folks.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.